We don't want to confuse the issues.
No, no problems at all. It's a pleasure to have you here. Hey,
Thank
Daniel and Dean, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you. Look at all these friendly faces, and all much more awake than me. I'm American time, so forgive me.
Yeah. What time is it?
Oh, it's
Really
not
early.
that. It's 6:30. Not that late. Daniel wakes up at 6:30 every morning voluntarily, right, Daniel?
about.
Yeah, just rolls out of bed, cheerful as always, right?
Sometimes.
Yes, yes. Good.
Is Katie joining us also today? No.
She will be, yes. She
Okay,
absolutely
that'll be
will
great.
be.
Okay.
All right. And Arav, how are you, my friend?
Fine, thank you.
Very
Are
good.
you with us on Earth or on Mars?
Yes.
No, I'm here on Earth.
You are. It's just a screenshot from when he was on Mars. Yes, I get it. I get it. Good. All right. The group is coming together. All right. You'll be happy to know that I can't do the conversion, but yesterday was about -5 degrees. What would that be? Negative in That's the Fahrenheit. Basically, you couldn't walk anywhere without slipping on ice because the world was covered in ice yesterday for me. Probably not the case for most of the people on the line here today. So yeah, you either had to stay inside or be an experienced ice hockey player to go outside yesterday. Wow, this is great.
Good morning to you. I'm Arveen, Adeep's mother.
Wonderful, great to meet you. My name is
Yeah,
Dean.
same here, same here.
Yeah, wonderful. This is terrific. All
Hi,
right. There's
Yeah.
a deep looking good, man. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Excellent. Excellent. Oh, this is terrific. Well, Miss Rama,
Yes.
being
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
This
excellent.
is Parul. I'm Arav's mother.
Hi,
Wonderful.
Parul.
Good to see everyone.
Great to meet you all. Now, Miss Rama, I know because this is Noticeability's first fishbowl in India and in South Africa. I know that you have not been through this process yet. Would you like me to steer the ship? I will.
Yes, please do that.
Wonderful. Okay. When has everybody? Are there guests present? Is everybody's guests present right now?
Oh, yes. So I have Adeep's grandmom, and I think the other grandmom should be joining. And my husband, most likely, if he doesn't have a meeting, he'll join from work. So yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, let's wait for the other grandmother. You let us know when she pops on. I know I had technical difficulties, and I'm supposed to know what I'm doing on Zoom, so we'll give her another moment.
No, I think I think we can get started. That's okay,
Okay.
because yeah, if we are on time, yeah, it's
Wonderful.
5 already. So
Wonderful. Well, great. So not to be rude, but for anybody who may not spend all day on Zoom, like some of the kids and myself, it's probably best to press mute just so that you don't inadvertently become the star of the show. So if you want to do that, that's terrific. My name is Dean Bragonnier, and I am the founder of the organization called Notice Ability. And that is the nonprofit, the NGO, that has created the course that these boys have just taken with Miss Rama. And it is an honor to be working with this group, but I must confess that based on the time zones, I have not been able to be as present as I would like to be. I have had the chance of meeting these three fine young men and listening to their ideas. And like every dyslexic I tend to meet, they are highly intelligent, highly charismatic, and very creative. So it's been an honor to meet them and see them for as little as I have. That being said, one of the things that we do at the end of our course, which is focused on entrepreneurship, is we have this opportunity for students to present the business plan that they've been working on. Now, I just want to clear up any sort of expectations. We are a dyslexic focused organization that doesn't focus at all on reading. These boys spend enough time dealing with reading on their own. This class is designed to focus on what they're so good at. And hello, sir. Is that your husband chiming in? Is that Arif's father?
Yes,
Wonderful.
yes, that's right. Yeah.
Welcome, sir. I'm glad you could make it. I'm sorry you can't see all these faces, but it's a pleasure to have you here. So what I was saying is that this program is focused more on what advantages dyslexia brings to the individuals that have this unique learning profile. So
no, I'm flexible there, as I mentioned to you earlier. I can, of course, recommend some people.
I'm gonna.
And,
Dean, I'm
depending on
sorry.
the
We're just
appetite
calling him. I think he has not realized. Oh, he's put himself on mute. Sorry about that.
I'm happy to support that way.
No problem.
We'll just tell him.
Okay, I can also mute him as long as he doesn't think it's rude.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. He won't be offended if I mute him. That's the power of Zoom and the fingertip is you can
you
can render everybody else muted. So the idea is to focus on what cognitive advantages, what perceptual advantages dyslexia has, because we're all well aware of the challenges that it brings. So that's what we focus on. And in this course, we focus on entrepreneurship, which has seemingly a disproportionate number of dyslexics finding success in that professional path. They say that globally, 35% of all entrepreneurs have dyslexia, and there's a reason why. It's the way we perceive and the way we problem solve and the way we think that makes us so adept at this profession in particular. So we've had the pleasure of matching these three young gentlemen with Miss Rama, who is a speech pathologist, a reading interventionist in New Delhi, India. And I'm so grateful that she was able to work with this group of students, because otherwise it would have been a lot of early mornings for me. And gentlemen, I may be old, but I still don't like waking up that early. So, Ms. Rama, do you have anything at all that you can say about these fine young gentlemen before we kick this thing off? Well,
sorry, I was firstly, I want to say thank you so much for trusting me and giving me this great job of taking these three youngsters, young men, into my, what should I call it, my arms? No. And teaching them these skills. What I realized was not just as a teacher or a therapist, but as a person, I think I've learned a lot from all three of them. And if I can describe and take just one word, give one word for each of them, I would say from Daniel, I would say punctuality. They are my three P's in a pod. So I was just thinking, what am I supposed to say? And they are my three P's. So the three P's are, Daniel is punctuality, because he was always there. I mean, I don't have to look at my clock. It's 4 o'clock and I have to see his bright face. And he's waiting. So which was really good. My second P is Adib, who I would say is perseverance, because no matter what, he would be always telling the group, okay, let me Google it, let me find it, let me do this, let me do that. So he's always there. And Arav is my third P, and that is perfectionist, which he will always say, I mean, towards the end of the classes, I realized that he wanted everything perfect. And he would say, no, let's go this way, let's go that way. So I think when I put all these three strengths together, as a person, if I have all these three strengths, I think it will be really great. So I also have written something about them, which I will share at the end of the session. It's a short poem that I've written on all three of them.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So they are my
So
three Ps.
the three P's, I love it. And by the way, punctuality, perfectionism, and
Perseverance.
perseverance, those happen to be three of the main characteristics that anybody interviewing a person for a job is going to look for. Those happen to be incredibly appealing characteristics. So nice head start in life, gentlemen. Well done. So what these fine young men are going to present to you is a business idea that they have come up with in response to a problem that they all identified. And I will reiterate after this is done what they've actually gone through, but enough talking from me. Gentlemen, are you ready? Now's the moment. Are we good? Thumbs up. Houston, ready to launch? Good to go? Thumbs up? This is what we
Can't
do.
see Adi.
Yeah, this is in America, this means you're ready to go. Little international. Yeah, good? Take it away, boys. I may have glitched out. Sorry. So after I do this, then I go take it away, boys, and you guys go. You ready? Take it away, boys.
Lost Arav. Well, I don't know what's happening. with
Yeah,
the
I think Arav I think his internet went 1 second.
Oh, Arav just glitched out.
Yeah, he said he'll be back.
Yeah, he's muted.
Uh-oh. All right. Oh, okay. So,
Let me go and check out what's
oh,
wrong.
there he is.
I'll just
Wow.
be back.
No, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. It
All
just
right.
switched off. So
All right.
sorry about that.
Third time's a charm. Gentlemen, good to go. It's
Oh,
all
it's
you.
been 3 times? That's sad.
All right, take
Good
it away.
evening, ladies. Today, we the Blue Boulders, consisting of
I'm Ajib Raj Singh from Bangalore, India.
and Daniel Luch from Cape Town, South Africa.
and I, Arav Joshi from Chandigarh, India. We are firm believers in the idea of finding solutions for our problems rather than learning to deal with them. There is one such problem that we at Blue Boulders have a fix for. The problem being, we all stay pretty much the entire day at our computers. And in this age, nothing can function without it. Thus, we sometimes get some snacks, a cup of tea or coffee while a busy day at work, or chatting with our friends. This leads to the computer getting dirty with oil stains and can eventually lead to your keyboard keys slipping out of their positions, which pretty much ruins the computer. This is a problem we all face, but never think of doing anything about it. But luckily, we at Blue Boulders have a solution for you. Daniel will elaborate.
Yes, we have invented a keyboard cover that is clear, waterproof, and keeps all unwanted substances out, therefore increasing the lifespan of your keyboard. This product will be made out of a biodegradable plastic called polymer, which will last 10 years, but is best to replace after every 5 years. This simple solution will also prevent any pets from scratching your keyboard. In terms of costing, we are hoping to sell it at a retail price of 240 rupees or 50 rand. And now the marketing details will be shared by Adeep.
Our target buyers will be from the age of 13 to 50. Basically, anyone who uses their laptop every day, such as VFX artists, gamers, etc. We are planning to collaborate with the keyboard companies so that we can make specific keyboard covers for their keyboards. That's because we found out during our research that there's no exact size of a keyboard and they differ company by company. And in the future, we'll be trying to partner with more and more major keyboard brands so that we can reach to more people in the world.
We have already gathered 162,000 seed money.
Which means we have worked together as a team and put in a bit more effort when someone hasn't been able to make it.
And remember, I'm sorry. And our company motto is to change with the changing times.
Thank you for listening to our presentation, and I hope you have a nice day ahead.
Gentlemen, well done. Well done. I'm going to introduce another American term for you, okay? Because we're a global dyslexic family. In America, we say, you crushed it, which is a good thing. You guys just crushed it. That was so excellent. Such a well-oiled presentation, so well organized and delivered. You guys were flawless in handing it off to the next one. You articulated the problem so beautifully, like the greasy fingertips. Like, Arav, you were freaking me out, man. You were making me feel like I was dirty just listening to it. That is a great description of a problem. Now, luckily, I have not had any pets that have gotten onto my keyboard and taken apart the keys, but I know that Miss Rama's parrot has done that to her keyboard. You made a really clear presentation of the problem so that we as an audience were invested. And then, Daniel, when you're talking about the solution, so detailed, the amount of research that you guys did to identify the fact that no keyboard is built the exact same dimensions. I didn't know that. The fact that you're using environmentally friendly recyclable plastic, which has a sort of an expected shelf life of 10 years, but should be replaced after 5. When I hear should be replaced, I hear more sales revenue. Excellent. Great job for you guys. And the customer persona that you described was absolutely fantastic. You know, one of the things is I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, you know, my son who's 13, I'm always worried about his keyboard. Why wouldn't he be a customer? And then I realized, oh, wait a minute, who has to pay for it if he wants one? This guy. So I am actually the customer if my son wants one, right? So he may be the user, but I'm the customer. And the way you spoke to me as the customer was very, very compelling. I love it, gentlemen. I absolutely love it. Now, one of the things I wanted to say, and I'm giving the adults a moment to think right now, is that I'd love to turn it over to the audience to get some feedback on their presentation or questions about their product or general, you crushed it. Now that you know that American slang, feel free to use it. I want to open it up to the audience, but gentlemen, while they're thinking of things to say, let me ask you around the horn, how are you guys feeling right about now?
Fine.
Just fine?
We're
Relieved?
feeling like, yeah, relieved. We're feeling relieved.
Relieved. Excellent.
Yeah.
Is anybody feeling proud of themselves?
Not yet, until I know everybody liked it.
That's so smart, right? You know, you got to hear what everybody says before you start feeling good about yourself. No, you could feel good about yourself even before what they say because you did a great job. Excellent. Well done. So now that all the adults have had a moment to think, was anybody like to unmute themselves and share something with the boys?
Yeah, I would like to. I'm Joey, Daniel's mother, and his father is here and sister. And yeah, we're very impressed. I think they can be proud of themselves right now already. And I would like to order 3, please. 3 of your products.
That's great.
That's nice.
Gentlemen, your first 3 pre-orders, that's awesome. That's money in the bank, and then we go to manufacturing, but that's the next class. Excellent. Excellent. Great job. Would anybody else like to share some insights or questions?
Yeah, I'd like to say, the boys have done a brilliant job. They were so confident, and the way they were talking, I mean, I'm highly impressed. Also, I've been speaking to Adeep while they were doing this, and he was telling me that, Mom, don't worry, you'll come to know when we do the presentation. So I'm very happy, very glad. Yeah. Extremely happy. Thank you so much, Rama, and also Dean, you, and for Parul too. A big thanks to Parul who pulled me into this, and I was really excited about it. And I never had any doubt about my own child as well, but then this platform has really given me that confidence, And I think Adeep is really happy today, aren't you, Adeep? I don't see him smiling also.
I am happy.
That's
So
so
well done to all the boys. Yes.
absolutely. And isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting that these 3 gentlemen are in front of you presenting based on the fact that they all have dyslexia? When I was their age, the last thing I ever wanted was for anybody to know that I had dyslexia. And these 3 gentlemen are now publicly saying, not only are we dyslexic, but our creativity is a result of it. Look at us. That's a big deal, guys. That's a big deal. You may not know how big a deal that is, but that's a huge deal. Does anybody else have any thoughts or comments or questions?
Yes, I would like to
Thank you
say
so much,
well
Mrs.
done to
Parul.
all 3 of you. And I'm absolutely thrilled that so much is done nowadays for people who have dyslexia. Now, I was slightly dyslexic when I grew up. By the way, I'm Daniel's grandmother. Love.
Miss Sophia, you just muted yourself accidentally.
Oh, sorry. I'm back again. So, yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled that there is so much that can be done apart from reading, even though I must encourage the 3 boys to continue to get on with this reading, but that so much else is possible nowadays. And I wish all 3 of you the best of luck, the best of encouragement to get on with what you can do. And that's wonderful. Thank you for organizing this.
Oh, wow. Gentlemen, that must feel good. It felt good to hear me, for me to hear that. Thank you. Sophia, Miss Sophia, excuse me, thank you so much for those comments. I appreciate that. There was somebody else who also was saying something, and now is that person's opportunity.
Yeah, this is Parul.
Go ahead.
This is Parul, Arv's mother. So thank you so much, Dean and Kate. I've been waiting for this. You all already know so long. I think almost a year I've been waiting that this is one thing that I wanted these guys to do. And, hearing them today, it did not feel that I'm talking to these 13 and 14 years old children. Their research and the way they've presented made me feel as if I'm actually attending something which is totally well planned and well thought of a product. It is not just that they come up with something like their age children would do. If I am into education myself and I see children of 13 and 14 years old, they wouldn't be thinking about so many things that you guys thought about. Wonderful. And secondly, about the solution oriented approach, that's a very good. That yes, of course products are there, but what is the solution that's doing to the society, and always having a solution oriented approach will always take you to places. So it is wonderful to see that all three of you are so solution oriented, and I couldn't imagine that in such a less time you are able to solve
Oh, that was we just we just lost your audio feed, but gentlemen, what nice words, huh? What kind words to hear. What enthusiasm, right? Do you hear that? I mean, do you guys feel that? That's my question. Do you feel that? It wasn't as she was saying, it doesn't feel like a student presentation. It feels like a well-oiled presentation from, if we didn't see you as being, 14-year-olds, we would think that you were, young professional adults, which you kind of are, by the way. It'll happen sooner than later. It's about to happen. So that's
yeah.
pretty nice praise. That's pretty nice praise, huh? Okay, I don't want to belabor the
And I
point.
have more to add.
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah, so I have more to add these to the whole thing about, because what you said, Dean, is very right, that these children are now openly aware, and with that, that they have dyslexia, saying it is not the only thing that's happening here. What's happening here is that we've got strengths more than the weaknesses that we have. So that's what is more acceptance, and that is what you should take to the world. And I wish you all really the best of luck, and we are all ready to do any more of these cohorts as soon as they come on. We are on board on this.
Wonderful. Thank you. Those words, gentlemen, I wish I, as a student with dyslexia, had heard those words when I was your age. I would have tucked that away in the back of my mind for whenever times got tough, and I would grab onto those words and I'd remember them, and I'd say, you know what? I got this. Whatever this is, whatever test, whatever exam was in front of me, I'd be able to remember that and say, I got this. Okay? So I think we've heard from almost everybody. I don't want to cut anybody off, but I will.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Rakesh. I'm Arav's father. So very interesting to see, sitting in, I think since I am from the corporate only, so sitting into the corporate, watching the kids, giving a corporate like presentation, very, very nice. I think very well articulated, very well presented, I think, what rightly said by, Rama at the beginning, about the three P's, so I think that's what you need to work in terms of the corporate. You can't do anything all alone. It's all about how working together in team. Utilizing the right potential in terms of three different P's. What she has been explained. That the strengths of every single individual. May be related to something whereby you have the edge over the other. It is not like the other people will not be having, but yes, you'll always have some edge on the others in terms of the some the attributes you have, or maybe the topic you have in that particular on which you wanted to work on is definitely great. And overall the concept and the way I think it's been presented and the way it has been worked jointly, and the clarity of thought process, I think it's all goes well. I think all the thumbs up what Dinesh said, I think it's all thumbs up, in the same manner. And I think the US Indian manners are the same of doing the thumbs up. I don't think it's going to be very different than that of. So good work, all the kids, Daniel, Arvin, and Arav. I think good work by all three of you. And I think heads off to. I think this is some small skill set. I think what not related. What you're saying is about dyslexia or not. I think it's all about developing any traits in somebody. By giving them a right platform. What people lacks in today's date. Be it this is the lack of platform. Which generally you get at a very late stage of life. When you're in that crisis situation, then you have to really find out a solution. Whereby if you really get into a time from the you were trained well from a right time to handle the the situations which is going to come in future also are definitely going to help all these kids in time to come. And I wish all three of them all the best. and all these success, just keep all these things on. This should not be the only one platform one should really look for. I think we should have, you get so many opportunities in your schools and various other places where you should really look into, and exploring these opportunities are there. So thank you very much, everybody. I think for making this such a wonderful program, and and shaping these kids, very well, which I think others have already, validated the fact that also. So that's it from my side. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. If you could be a spokesperson for my organization, I would appreciate it immensely. The way you just touched upon everything that we've done is exactly what we're hoping. Is, gentlemen, you hear, working in teams is essential to the workplace and success in the workplace. Reacting to problems with solutions is essential to the workplace. We're not training you to do just these menial exercises. What we're doing is we're engendering you with the confidence that you have, that you can grow in order to utilize the gifts of your perception so that you can be change agents, change makers in whatever field professionally you pursue. So thank you, sir. That was very well articulated. I appreciate that. That resonates with me as well. So I think that is everybody. And we've just, to close out this session, I know that Miss Rama has some nice things to say. May I just quickly say one last thing, which is that first and foremost, we would like to continue to offer our additional classes in conjunction with our collaboration with Miss Rama. She is actually offering another version, another group to go through our entrepreneurship class. So if you know people that are interested, Miss Rama is a great person to contact, or us directly, and we'll link you with Miss Rama. We also have 3 classes total. This is just one of them. We also have our engineering and architecture course, which is fantastic. And then we have an art-based course. These are 4 professions that dyslexics tend to resonate towards and succeed in. So we don't want to overwhelm Miss Rama with all her training, but eventually we'll get her to the point where she can offer all of them, right? But, gentlemen, what I will need you to understand, and then I will turn it over to Miss Rama to close this out, but what you need to understand is this: the process that you have just gone through is true entrepreneurship. We built this in conjunction with Harvard University and MIT. And this is the steps that, generally speaking, most entrepreneurs go through: identifying a problem as an opportunity in disguise, coming up with a unique solution, going through the product development process of that solution, then doing a customer persona and a market analysis of who you're going to sell that to, then coming up with a marketing campaign, or like the presentation you just came with, articulating the value proposition of both your competition as well as your potential collaborators in order to generate value proposition for your customers. And then you got a crash course in public presentation, and you just, as I said, crushed it. The reason why, gentlemen, is yes, we want to give you the tools to work effectively in teams and to recognize the cognitive advantages of your dyslexia. But my hidden agenda, gentlemen, my hidden agenda is that you, as gentlemen with dyslexia, have something very unique in the way you perceive the world. And ironically, and this is good news for us, the 21st century, I think, the marketplace of the 21st century caters very, very specifically to the things that we happen to be good at, right? You can't create a computer that is going to become entrepreneurial, right? That is a very human-based program and profession, and we happen to be very good at it because of the strengths that you've learned about. The other reason, the other part of my hidden agenda is when I look at you 3 boys and I see you walking down the street with some confidence and a little bit of swagger in your stride, I think to myself, those boys know they're dyslexic, and as they go and they become successful, they might start sharing the fact that their success is in some small or large part due to the fact that they perceive the world in a unique way. And when people look up to you and say, wow, those guys have got it going on, they're going to ask themselves, wait a minute, maybe I misunderstood this dyslexia thing. I thought it was just that you guys have a difficult time reading. You say, oh, no. Yes, that's true. But you have no idea what we're capable of. And they go, oh, wow. And then eventually they say, where can I get myself some dyslexia? And I say, oh, sorry, man. Sorry. You're born with it or not, you know? So the point is, gentlemen, you are going to become, and it's wonderful that you're in India and in South Africa, because you're joining a chorus of empowered students with dyslexia who are going to show the world what we're capable of. And the sooner the world hears you, the quicker that the workplace will adjust to our needs, the quicker that the educational system will learn to cater to what we need in the classroom to succeed. So I invite you to lead by example, to go into the world and do what? Crush it. Okay, Miss Rama, thank you for leading this team. You're incredible. I'm going to close. I'm enough talking from this guy. You have done a absolutely beautiful job with these boys, and without much support from us. So I thank you for taking on this challenge and doing so beautifully with it. You can't fake what these boys just presented. Clearly, they have an excellent teacher and great group chemistry. So we thank you for helping us extend our mission into India and to South Africa. Miss Rama, over to you.
Thank you, Dean. Well, you must say I'm missing Bodhi, your son. I wish he was here too, because he was a part of our team, right? We've been watching him all throughout. Having said that, so I wanted to write something for all of them. And then I realized that Arav's parents don't know Adib, Adib's parents don't know Daniel, Daniel's parents don't know these two. And in our sessions, we always began our discussion with something personal, like what would Arav want to be born as, which animal, or which language Adib wanted to learn. We always discussed a little bit of our personal likes and dislikes. So I have put all of that together in a short poetry where I have talked about Daniel, Arav, and Adib individually. So my poem, I have called it The Blue Boulders, because that is the name of their company. So I'm going to read it off my screen. The Blue Boulders. Daniel, Arav, Adib are the blue boulders. Extremely gentle, sweetly assertive, Daniel the gardener, buzzing around like a honeybee. His was the first face that I would always see. His interests were cycling, robotics, and outdoor sports. And during class, he would come up with amazing jingles and quotes. So when Daniel comes to visit me from South Africa, I promise to show him my garden and feed him some chicken tikka. Arav, extremely confident and bold, who troubles his younger sister quite often, I'm told. With all the leadership qualities that I see, Arav can quickly turn anything and everything into 3D. Arav would like to be born and live with ants. I wonder, is that the reason he is Mr. Cool Pants? Whether it's gadgets, 3D objects, or cars, watch out, for soon Ara will be setting up a station on planet Mars. Finally, there's our Google king, a 13-year-old whose name is Adib Singh. He's not afraid to give suggestions and speak, full of interesting ideas. I guess it's adolescence here at its peak. Quick with his calculations, keeping an account of their seed money too, he wants to learn Japanese and was rather excited with our first class of blue goo. I really appreciate his sincere efforts and participation. He did not miss his class, even though he had his exams. I remember he said with his charming smile, "Ma'am, I'm sure I'll pass." Eating his chips and sandwich with tomato and cheese, working and touching the keyboard, sometimes with oil and sometimes with mayonnaise. This is happening very often, I must mention, and therefore the blue boulders came up with their new invention. So these were my three shades from a rainbow. All of this was true and none of it was a lie. So I guess now it's my turn to say thank you and goodbye.
Wow. Wow. I didn't.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Miss Rama, this is such a wonderful expression. I couldn't give anyone else the chance to say before I said it.
So I was
This
sitting
is
all
such
here
a
like
lovely
this,
poem.
like
Such
my
a lovely poem.
Wow. I had no idea we were going to get two performances this morning. That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Well, Miss Rama, thank you. You've had such an impact on these three boys as well as their families and as well as the dyslexic movement. So I thank you for everything you've done. Gentlemen, I hope to see you in the flesh at some point. Daniel, I want you to show me how to safely mountain bike on that mountain in Cape Town. And gentlemen, I want you to show me India from a local perspective. And my boy and my wife and I can't wait to meet you and explore the streets and see what you say instead of you crushed it. I want to see some good Indian culture and show us around. So until that time, I thank you for being a part of this movement. Thank you for being a part of the Noticeability family. We will send an opportunity to join our Facebook alumni page, where we sometimes post really cool opportunities to be involved in different projects from different universities. And we will also, all three of you, because you are who you are, we would like you to consider coming back as student alumni, meaning peer mentors for future classes. But Miss Rama has to grow her operation. But once she does, then there will be an opportunity for you to come back and help Miss Rama teach younger dyslexic versions of yourselves and empower the next generation. Okay. There is one last thing I'll ask, which is there is a post survey. I know I don't mean to end on a bad note. It'll take you 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, boys? If you would just go through that post survey, that lets us know we're doing well. Thank you guys. I can't wait to meet you one day. And that's all I have. So thank you everybody for joining us. I really appreciate it. And gentlemen, congratulations again. You what? You what? You crushed it. All right, boys. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.